inconsolable after her assassination at the orders of his father. The prince unsuccessfully revolted, having been imprisoned for a year until Alfonso IV's death, which led to Peter's coronation. Now the king, Peter used his authority to retro a new, larger force, so the Byzantines decided to settle things diplomatically. Leotomicus was a Byzantine general during the 11th century. Think of him as kind of a Thomas the Slav, seeing as he also failed and was killed shortly after. Time for the First Crusade. In truth, this was less of a siege and more of a skirmish, which resulted in the palace of Blachanae being ransacked. Things were settled when the Emperor Alexius Comnenus arranged for the Crusaders to be booted off to Anatolia, where they could actually do some crusading. This is where everything starts falling apart. So far, most sieges on Constantinople failed, and the ones that did succeed didn't seriously damage the city. But that's about to change. This siege was done by the Fourth Crusade. Yes, that crusade. But it wasn't made with the stated goal of sacking the city. At this point, the Crusaders were only acting in favor of the previously deposed Emperor Isaac II, with the goal of putting him back on the throne. They broke through the defenses, reinstating Isaac II as Byzantine Emperor. When he died though, the populace erupted into revolt, deposing the pro-Crusaders Alexius IV, which led to... This event is frequently pointed as the moment the Byzantine Empire was doomed. Though I am inclined to disagree with this sentiment, I can definitely see why some people think that. In short, the Crusaders took the city, looting it, vandalizing it, and destroying it for 3 days. When the aftermath settled, they just straight up declared the city was theirs now, proclaiming the creation of the Latin Empire. After 1204, the empire was divided. Though the Crusaders had taken Constantinople, proclaiming their new Latin Empire, resistance against the invaders formed, but it was not united. What followed was some 60-odd years of conflict between the Latin Empire and the successors to the Byzantine Empire, the Empire of Nicaea, the Empire of Trebizond, and the Empire of Thessalonica. In 1235, in a joint effort alongside the Bulgarian Empire, John III, Emperor of Nicaea, tried taking Constantinople, but the siege was unsuccessful, and they were forced to pull back for the winter. Though they agreed to continue the siege next year, when push came to shove, the Bulgarian Emperor refused to send his troops. By 1248, the Empire of Nicaea had managed to achieve control over the land surrounding the city. This attempt to besiege the city is implied by a Byzantine historian, but there are no details known, meaning it may not have actually happened. I can only assume it was yet another attempt by the Empire of Nicaea, which failed. The Empire of Nicaea would try again, to no avail. Though the Latins had managed to push back the Nicaeans yet again, this would be the last time. Not even a year later, and the city had been recovered by the Byzantines after a scout force had managed to re-enter the city under the cover of darkness. Even though the Byzantine Empire had become a thing again, the truth is, it never recovered from the blow of the Fourth Crusade. At this point, the Byzantine Empire was reduced to little more than just a regional power, who would often fall under the sway of foreigners. A civil war between Andronicus IV and John V led to this siege, where Andronicus IV had the support of both the Ottomans and Genoa.
Wow, 256 going into this, and I'm pretty feeling confident about this.
The final sieges of Constantinople always had the same power trying to take it. The Ottoman Empire.
Okay, do a good Incredible
attempt,
20,
which was aborted after news came of a Hungarian attack on Ottoman lands, forcing the Ottomans to settle with the Byzantines. This was in practice a long blockade with the aim of starving the Byzantines to submission. There was even a Western attempt to relieve the siege, known as the Crusade of Nicopolis, but it was defeated by the Ottomans. What ended up saving the Byzantines this time around was the invasion of Timur of Anatolia,
if you don't touch it for like 10 seconds, it like freezes for 3 seconds when you touch it again.
In the Battle of Ankara, which Bayezid not only lost, he was captured. This led to an Ottoman civil war, which even allowed Byzantium to recover some of its territory back. During the Ottoman civil war, one of the Ottoman princes, Musa Çelebi, launched an attack on the city. Pressing matters elsewhere meant he had to call it off. The second to last siege of Constantinople was, once again, lifted. The attacker was the Sultan Murad II, who had to go somewhere else specifically to deal with his brother's rebellion.
That was sucky. That lost me 2 seconds.
And here it is, the final siege, the fall of Constantinople. To be fair, it had been coming for a while. The Byzantine Empire had long been reduced to a glorified city-state at this point, and only due to outside factors the city had remained unconquered. This time, there would be no intervention. The Ottoman Sultan Mehmed II had made sure of that. The siege lasted 53 days, and when it was over and the Ottoman troops finally broke through the walls with the help of literal cannons, it spelled the end of the Byzantine Empire. An institution which lasted over 1,000 years, but if one is to believe the Byzantine Empire and the Roman Empire are one and the same, then 2,000 years. Constantinople became the capital of the Ottoman Empire and has remained under the hands of the Turks until this day. Today the city is known as Istanbul. It has a population of nearly 16 million people, making it the most populous city in Europe. Thank you so much for watching this video. Leave a like, comment, and if you're not subscribed, then by all means, do so. I'd really appreciate it. I also have a Patreon if you wish to support me there. This was Spectrum, and I'll see you around.
No, ho ho, I don't have an extra life for the final one. Please just be something I know. Please be something I know. Please just be something I know. I think I have everything memorized. I'm kind of confident. Yes! Yo! Okay, I was sweating over this. Holy shit.